Only to figure out just how I'm supposed to be able to save like 13, 23 seconds. So on my initial split there. I want to check myself. Cool. Yeah, that all looks fine. Oh, okay. We are back with more attempts. We're not really warmed up yet, but we're gonna go straight into a no reset because I want to get more than one run in back to back. Yeah. I don't necessarily anticipate. Well, actually, no. I anticipate beating the 207. I don't necessarily anticipate beating actual PB. But we'll see. We have 2 deaths in the run we're going against, but also a lot of like fairly crisp segments. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. We're gonna go from there. A little delayed on that first skip there. Part because I was. Great. We're also going to try and not have the shenanigans where we're tabbed out post Hall Bastion 2. Alright, and we got this platform. We love to see that. Not love to see that, though. Ugh. My hands are all over the place. One moment, please. Okay. Oh. Make sure I can go to that. Okay, cool. Cords are in okay positions. Headphones aren't dragging themselves off my body. So, getting right back into it. Start out with a number of cutscene skips. 2. Small amount of movement into cutscene. And then we start making choices, determine our ability pathing, base stats, level pathing. So the sword, shield, staff choices influence what abilities you'll get at what levels, along with some base stats. By selecting the shield as your primary, you end up with an extra accessory slot. By selecting the staff as your primary, you get an extra. And by selecting the sword, you end up with extra power. That was one. You're being a real pain in the butt right now. I need to be slightly more to the right. I think I ran too far into the platform there, so I didn't get the jump trigger. Basically, if you're a certain distance away from them, it'll cause the jump trigger animation. But didn't get that there, so back around. Okay. Not the ideal skip there, that's also okay. Still garbage. Come on. So I got the jumps, but one of them was delayed, and so I ended up actually clanking off of it, carrying, basically. It's not ideal. We want to be finished with that platform at the latest at a minute even, but we can be finished with it as early as like 53, 54 seconds. That was a little bit delayed. Yep, that's okay though. So every time I end up with a slightly delayed skip, that can be anywhere from like 2/10 of a second of lost time to like a second and a half of lost time, depending on how delayed it is, and whether or not I ended up truly missing the skip window, and how quickly I actually do the toggle down to the confirmation selection. Like, all of these things play in portions and fractions of time loss. Like, some of these things are very like instantaneous transitions from where you previously were, so like knowing where those transitions are not ideal, but we'll take it. What I needed to do there was actually toggle my lock on during the second group of shadows onto the one on my right. That way my finisher would have been focused there as opposed to on the one directly in front of me. Thus causing me to not go as far just straight forward, missing the second one. Oh my god. Stressing and panic much on this stuff. Like, the potion got me to be, I'm screwing things up. And I screwed up my barrel hits. It's not like I'm going for a world record here. I'm not even really trying to beat my own time by a whole lot. Basically going deathless. Going to effectively be a like updated PB. Come on, seriously. And like, this is one of the things with hitboxes in the game, is if you aren't 100% inside the hitbox or the base weapon choices, you end up losing time, because you can stand on the edge of that platform without actually like acquiring the equipment. Which is why it is better to overdo it on these initial platform jumps than err on the cautious side. Like, if your body is actively clipping in object, you're good. Okay, so I had forward held, but apparently I released way the hell too early. So during that transition, we hold forward on the control stick to uh, make sure that we end up on, or to walk Sora forward during the blackout so that we're positioned to immediately kill one of the Heartless. Because for that transition, you just have to kill one thing, and it moves you forward. But if you do like I did there, where you like release basically as soon as you think you're going to be fading in, not what we want. Uh, you end up not walking at all, and then looking like a mess. Alright, we are about a second behind already due to that pause and fucking around. Second and a half to 2 seconds. Probably what we're looking at right now. So like that time we were too far, like we ran too far. I held it much past when the visuals for the scene changed. And that time we got 2 combo. So it makes up for some of the time loss that we'd already been facing and gets us in sub 1 minute onto this platform. What am I doing? What am I doing? I just empty jumped. Oh. But little snafus like pausing when you think you're in a cutscene, but it's actually just a text cutscene, can actually cost you pretty significant. Why stuff like that doesn't happen, like the world record attempt. Because that literally is some of the difference between low 14 that he is currently at and getting a, or sorry, 148, getting a 47, which is the goal he's striving for right now. Seriously. And see, this is part of what I've been talking about with position. I walked too far to the outside and started my combo too late. So I ended up way too close to the 2 shadows, the secondary 2 shadows, causing them not to trigger the jump. At the end of the day, this isn't a huge amount of time saving, but because we're right at the start, we don't want to be losing that kind of time. And it is better to be resetting for like 5 to 10 seconds of time save at the very start, as opposed to trying to do that like midway through the work. And this works as good warm-up for my hands for getting comboing, scene skips, and movement pieces kind of settled before getting into the run proper. Getting bopped there meant I didn't get 2 combo, and then just completely whiffing on the final Heartless. Feels bad. Come on. And that's the other thing, is if I can't actually get clean comboing movement and whatnot on this, the things that I have to do in the run that I have more time save on will be not as clean as well. So using time here is not like a waste at all, just a bit repetitive. Not quite the movement we wanted, but okay. Okay, still sub 1, we take it. Running. And that is one of the side effects of getting a late jump on the second Heartless. Almost end up clanking, or if you wait late enough to where you wouldn't clank, the first one to jump will be in the ground. Not ideal, a little bit too mashy. Come on. That just burned like a second and a half, 2 seconds there. So ideally we would be getting done with this platform just sub 2 minutes. But with everything that happened, we're coming in at a just shy of 205. Alright, well, we made it to Shadows 2. That's an improvement. But Shadows 2 itself was kind of garbage. So, realistically, timing-wise, what we want to be seeing is realistically for ourselves, what we want to be seeing is finishing with the save point at about 225. Possibilities wise, I think like Violins ends at about a 215. 215, 220. And most of that boils down to Shadows 2 itself, not really like the majority of it is in that single fight. Very bad skip there. Still sub 1, but 3 combo. The third combo makes the difference between that and a 54-55 timing. Barrel's going to be to the left. And we got the reverse jump this time. Cool. So this time I think I'm going to be about at a 202. Be my guess. Okay. Yeah. Definitely still less than ideal, but good enough to work with. All right. And just past 3-minute mark on hitting platform. Honestly, floppy on dark side, but within a second of the run we went against, which is good. All things. That is our jumping off point. And I do anticipate potentially being behind for a while now. Part because this split is almost entirely RNG due to coconuts. Timing wise, like obviously there is a lot of stuff that isn't RNG in the split. Like making that I execute movement properly, and well, yeah, it's pretty much just movement and then coconut RNG. Movement and scene skips. Alright, day one has been pretty clean. Onward to day two. Good scenes there. Two. Right, not bad on fish. And off we go. We have 2 more things to collect on this side of the island. Then it's off to go race Riku and aim the ship. Vessel. For those that have only played in a more casual sense, The name that gets chosen for the raft is actually what ends up being applied to the gummy ship. That's coconut. I like that. So even though there's a little bit of a delay there from having to like run around and grab that, that is still faster than if we just tried for the 2 coconuts off of the tree that we normally use. Right. That camera angle was very worrisome, but we're good. All right, and as we wrap up the race here, we will have now simply 4 more items to collect: the freshwater, 2 mushrooms, and a single coconut. Sora. So yeah, we're going to head over to the other side of this half of the island where Kyrie's hanging out. Push this boulder out of our way. Grab the mushroom. And head all the way back here. For a second coconut. Bottle skip that time. So what bottle skip is actually there's a box animation that plays for collecting bottle that she gives you, kind of like the mushroom one that just showed up there. And if you position yourself correctly and mash quickly enough, you can skip over it popping up. Getting you into the text box is a little bit faster. And we save time. Still not my best segment, but we save time. Because there was some slop in my scene skips and my movement, but the coconut RNG helped out a lot. A lid on that skip. You can get it without Sora saying anything, but you have to get it basically as the can starts. Heartless, you suck. He just lost me most of what little time save I had. A little early on the attempted skip there. That's okay. Alright, not bad. Could have been a little bit crisper, but not bad. I really think I need to reset that best segment. But it's hard to say. I don't have a good comparison with Violin because he does not actually split for Destiny Islands. So it's hard to say what his actual best there is versus what his best for Darkside 2 overall is. Because I know I still have time to save between Darkside 2 and Destiny Islands. More question of like where within combination of 2 splits it only have 1. go for 2 over here since they were clumping. Not saving time on this one. Almost. Honestly, not a bad fight. Dropping that last hit there on that last combo before the kill definitely cost me a little bit of that, but overall not bad. And halfway open, we and starts, and we can skip. Loading symbol goes away, and we can. We turn Yuffie, and the text box goes away, and we can skip. Now we are headed to start our. A little slow on that because we actually jumped too early. That is unfortunate. So normally, if you space and time everything properly there, the finisher from the first kill will carry you into the second soldier, killing it immediately. But I low jumped too much, causing it to fall short. That was a mess. Alright. Not the best fight, but we'll take it. Not the end of the world. As I said earlier, I expect to kind of be even or behind for most of the start of this. Like here, I kind of anticipate losing time as well. Because the open to the run I'm going against was actually fairly good. It's mid to late game that was kind of a hot mess. Alright, that was fairly clean. Go through the Trinity tutorial here. And then we are out of Traverse Town 1. Into the gummy shop. Modifications real quick. Alright. And off to Wonderland. Oh, we get to AFK for a bit. So, yeah. Personally, aside from Trickmaster, I have a decent chunk of time to save there by not getting the Heartless spawn. And then Power Wilds, Fleeting, I have some time save on. So we're going to kind of be flip-flopping a bit, but should be able to actually be a little bit ahead coming out of Deep Jungle if things go well. But ideally, I think I just want to be targeting being even coming out of Deep Jungle. Waterfall Cavern has a lot of potential to kind of screw me up and lose me time, but as long as I'm like calm and like patient with it, I'm not going to lose a whole lot. Screwing things up means I can lose upwards of 10-15 seconds, so even if I lose a little bit, just being a little slower about it, that is a lot better than actually like screwing pieces of it up. All right, though. Welcome to Wonderland. Second world of the game. Well, third world, technically. Okay, skip the scene. Go. And off to the Queen's Court we go. Time for Sordon and Goofy to become lawyers and detectives. With their faithful and trusty sidekick, the Cheshire Cat. Little wonky on movement there, but not too bad. And into the trial we go. Those that may not know, the first box to drop here is always the soldier. Boxes drop at different rates depending on the weight contained in them. When you only have one evidence box, it will always be one soldier and 4 boxes containing a combination of your party members. Select all 4 evidence boxes. Very slow crank tower, unfortunately. Good fade out though. So the reason that was so much slower is because the cranks actually have basically iframe windows where if they're already in motion from being hit, they won't continue to take damage if you space your hits too closely together, basically. So you have to slow down what would be normal combo pacing in order to actually be damaging them efficiently. And I just had several of my early combos there too fastly paced and close together. That was weird camera. Okay. We stand to make back most, if not all of that time just on this split though, so not sweating anything too much right now. Light these 2 lamps, and as long as we stay on the gray portion of the ramps that you see here, cutscene, we will avoid spawning Heartless so we can get to the interaction point for the latch there. So that right there is most of my time saving back to me. And pretty smooth movement into the fight itself. Go. And a good fight. Most of our time saving out of that, 2.2 seconds. Not a bad margin to have there. All right. And with that in order, we are done with Wonderland and on our way to Deep Jungle. We're actually 8 seconds ahead of our PB. It's actually pretty impressive. Guard armor was trash, as we kind of know. Lost 4.5 seconds there. And our dark side. Basically, we swapped some of our time from Destiny Islands to dark side from our PB, because our PB used a slightly different split mechanic there. So it used to be where we went on the scene transition out of Destiny Island day 2 for that split, but I moved it for a slight consistency increase when I did the most recent passive major updates to the auto splitter itself. So now that one goes earlier, which means slightly more of the time is actually used in Dark Side 2 as opposed to Destiny Island Day 2. Day 1 and 2. Alright though, welcome to Deep Jungle. This is another location where we have some time to save. But again, the hope for this chunk of the run is really just to kind of go as even as we can. The faster the better, keep heading towards our goal, but we're looking for incremental improvement, not explosive. Alright. Kind of meh on the Sabor fight. But we're gonna keep on checking. Had to make sure that we actually touch the save there. We are going to use that for warping a little bit later. Oh, come on. That was awkward. A little bit of time lost there. Alright. Everything but the second to last slide was actually pretty good. Alright. Matter who's in the party. A little bit of slop there. Okay. This save point, we get ourselves height advantage of like a magnet, being able to roll into here as opposed to having to climb vines to get up to it. You'd lose probably about 2 seconds to awkward camera angles and sword grabbing ledges. Was a little bit right there to bonk your head. Did not space things properly. Log we go to head back to camp. And Clayton gets scolded. That was sloppy as hell. I should have just been using fires there. That's on me. About 5 seconds slower than it could have been getting to this point. So realistically, we are not safe. Unless everything else goes way. Thank you, Donald, for finishing that one. Was a mess. So ideally, you only use two blizzards on the first set of power wilds in that room. Turn around and use a third on the set behind, and then do some physical finishers. Alright, that was not bad. Throw the ether here to have... Oh my god. Donald. Hate you right now. Hit myself as well, just because most of that was actually on me, but... That room was okay. We stand to save a little bit of time. Cool. Again, not as ideal as it could be, but time save is still good to have. Now we're off to go fight Sabor for real this time. Sloppy fight, that's okay. White mushroom's twice as interesting there. And up the vines we go after a little bit of stutter stepping. Once your head clears that vine. Oh. There's a little bit of time loss, unfortunately. But what I was saying is once your head clears that vine when doing the climb on that previous room, jump and get into the blood zone for the next area. That was sloppy as hell. Okay. Well, definitely rough coming up to this point. But again, our goal was being basically even, which we're more or less lined up to do. now for the Clayton fight. That's not what we want. Yep. Garbage Clayton fight. No. Skip on this. Yeah. Okay. So, the unfortunate thing with Stealth Sneak is you need finishers on it. And if you don't get those finishers, it screws up the entire fight. So dropping those finishers at the start meant I didn't get the D-Stealth. Dropping more finishers after that meant that I didn't get the stagger into the knockdown. It's just a bad time. I was going to be losing about 20 seconds there on that one fight. That's the thing, is I've been getting the stealth skip pretty consistently recently. Having to go that poorly, just embarrassing. Yeah. Skip. Still sub 1, but could have been about 2 seconds faster if I didn't do that turnaround on that last shadow. And about 4 seconds faster if I'd actually gotten combo. But we're just trying to be even-ish through the game. Got the jump, but not the backwards. Excuse me. This is what happens when you roll your inputs. Alright, we're gonna be at 204-ish, I would assume, this time. You can make up for some of that with good shadows too, but we'll see. Oh, come on. Seriously? Wow. Okay. All of those extra pauses made that less actually. It had been good, and then yeah, I was gonna have a probably 318 at that stage. Just want to get a run off the ground. Lots of hover there. That's okay. On down that skip by a little bit. Mashing that combo is perfectly fine because just ground and not much to be done to avoid that. Really, my guy? We'll keep it going for now. We'll see how Shadows 2 are. But that's the thing, is like, we are between 5 and 6 seconds behind where we could be already. And we're less than a minute in. Or like less than 2. More than a minute, less than 2. That can work. Oy. Alright, got the backwards jump. Makes up for some of the so far. Good skip there. And on path is set. Alright, still a 204, but it is what it is. Okay. Doing that early swing, catching the fucking Heartless in the air. I can avoid that air swing by doing an actual lock-on. Curious if Violin actually does lock-on. One slightly delayed skip. Pretty decent skip there, though. Alright. We're in okay shape now. That was garbage again. Okay. And had the early skip, then gave it up. Come on, Shadows. Just save, please. That's so much to ask. Some of that is from my own delay. Could have been 58. It was 59. So. Well. Mashing. Two. Mashing. Now, that makes up for the grade a little bit. And that puts me to a 4 times window again. Go 5. Alright, well, gonna take it. Not ideal, but 235 off the save point. So we're looking at 302 top of platform? No, 305 top of platform probably. Not even. So yeah, we're losing probably 7 seconds. Ooh, 9.4 of our available time. Not ideal. We're rolling with it. So there you saw me jump a little out. That's because of barrel placement. I was tucked behind the root a bit. Don't want to collide with that, because it'll stop us from having height and duration we need to actually do ledge grab. So I basically curved myself around the reeve end. decent day one. Full finish day one. And day two. Do not want to lock on until you are in the water on the first fish and most of the way to the second fish. Otherwise you'll end up locking on a selfie behind you, changing your camera angle, and making it almost impossible to actually grab the fish as they're swimming. And if you timing windows, things get a lot more erratic, and you almost inevitably end up swimming to try and catch. 50. Timing wise, we're doing alright. For a second I saw a little bit of yellow in the tree itself and thought that was going to be a yellow. So a little bit of delay there. But nothing too serious. We'll see how coconut RNG treats us. We're almost certainly losing time here. But just gonna try and minimize it. That's not what we want. Don't do it. Alright, we're not having an ideal race. That's okay. So definitely like half second to a second lost in this. Not a super big deal though. Immediate fade out, yep. Release. So yeah, I'd say I'm pretty sure I would have wanted a 330 release from race. Got it. Cutscene end a bit. So yeah, I think got two off the race. Okay, coconuts. I think we're probably losing about 5 on this split. Gonna be about 10 behind. Yeah, we want starting our conversation up now so that we can start the second conversation about here. Okay, didn't actually lose that much. Kind of surprised by that. That to me implies that most of my additional time save is actually in Destiny Islands, not in Darkside. All right. Good skip there. Bad skip there. Never see Sora. Bad fight. We definitely have some time to save there. I don't think it's actually 6 seconds though. Let's get Alright, so as long as we maintain somewhere around that 6-second mark, I'd like to be 10 seconds or less coming out. Driver's down. But we'll see. We're going to keep this run going kind of regardless. Have 2 deaths and get at least a PB against our D-Rust, not an actual PB. Almost entirely out of those 2. Fine, that way. I shouldn't have gone for that 5th one there, but decisions were made. Pretty decent fight, honestly, but some shenanigans led to still time loss. Skips have been pretty crisp through that. My god. Positioning there is actually key, and I keep kind of screwing. Go, did get that though. So probably lost about a second to our potential time, maybe 2 so far. Alright, that was actually not bad. Okay. That was actually a very good guard on there, so take it. Oh my god, Sora, stop talking. Too much. Too much. That's about a half second there. And now mashing out the laws. This is one of the longest sections of X mashing in the entire game. That isn't a straight up script. Other ones are less mashable because of having scripted portions to them, or more scripted portions to them. Still does have some scripting to it, but not nearly the degrees of certain other ones. Shit. Okay. Bad. awkward moment, but not irrecoverable. Definitely tighter on my time now because I used at least 2 seconds on that. I need to calm the hell down. Still fun. Alright, decent gummy menu. And now we're off to. So, yeah, that menu was shenanigans. I was trying to go a little bit too fast, and it resulted in me doing the menu wrong, which basically, if you're rushing and imprecise in any speedrun, really, you end up losing more time than if you are like patient and take your time to do things. Obviously, you still want to be as quick as possible on them, but one of the like big mistakes people get into is trying to push things past a level of comfort. Starting out slow on menuing, but correct in like patterning, starts to build up your muscle memory earlier and put you in a position to actually like succeed as you go down the line and do things in that kind of repetitive fashion, building up the consistency to actually save the optimized amount of time. Floppy movement there to start, that's okay though. Push the bed. Room is way too small for Goofy Doll and Sora to be hanging out in together at normal size. And detective time. Okay on the skip. Little tiny bit crisper. That was floppy. I'm anticipating 5 seconds loss with a good fight. Don't think this is right, but 100%. Yep, there goes Dom. Jesus. 12 seconds. That's horrendous. Basically flopping our 2 splits as long as we actually get this one down correctly. Not quite what we wanted, but rather that than flanking off and spawning things, so. And technically dodge roll across that. It is riskier on PC than on console. It's a little bit weird on the camera. Okay. Alright. Pretty clean Trickmaster's play. And we are back to basically even on our time. Off to deep jungle with us. 5 seconds up against E. Acceptable spot to be. So yeah, that's the kind of unfortunate thing about this run is against my actual PB, the run I'm using is better than it aside from basically 2 deaths. Like if you don't account for those 2 deaths, the 207 time that I have would actually be a 204. Because I lost a minute plus to Maleficent, and I lost 2 minutes roughly to Hook. The Hook fight is particularly punishing because if you die there and you haven't done the like super safety strat of exiting the room and re-entering the room after starting the fight proper with him, you have to actually go through the cutscenes, party selection, and kills of the Waves of Heartless before him, which takes up a lot of time. But anyway, we are now 2 deep jungle. Now it's just about execute. Alright, that was beautifully done. Like to see that. Blues, always good. Minigame exit complete. Alright, pretty good slide collection. Sorry for all the throat clearing. Really should have gotten more water before starting in on this. Pretty good party selection pieces. And after some slides, we are on our way. Alright, pretty good movement and warping so far. A little bit of time lost there. Okay. And into the tent we go. Layton's. And Power Wild's tent. Thank you, Goofy and Donald, for cleaning that up a bit. And back to warping. That was a bit of a mess, that's okay. Alright, that one honestly was not bad. This is bad though. Oh my god, grab the freaking link. Alright, that's like 3 seconds of loss just to that little bit of movement there. Thank you, Donald. Right. God, that it's okay though. We're close-ish to even there. Such is life. Try and get a good support too. Call it a day on that. Alright, not as clean as it could have been, but still not bad. Saved a little bit of time. We take it. That was a little awkward on the movement. That's okay. minigame. Jump. Floppy fruit, that's okay. Alright, there. And into the Clayton fight we go. Too high of a jump. There's the D stealth. Wait. Alright, saved a little bit of time. Still not great, but time save is time save at this point. Alright, get through our 2 cutscenes, and off we go. Go. The 2.5 second margin is not bad on that. We take it. Alright, we have a very tight margin on this next split, but we are pretty darn close to even through the point where we want to be. So from here on, it's just do things smoothly. And we're not going to reset this, regardless of what happens. Because we very distinctly need to practice everything before, basically. So, off we go. We are 14 seconds up on our PB. Power Wild's lost a lot, unfortunately. We're almost 13 up on our average. So the comparisons I have are my balanced, which is kind of the averaging, the D-Rust run that I'm actually comparing against, my PB times, and then this being my sum of best segments. I think short-term goals-wise, I want to meet or beat my current PB. Obviously, we're heading for that sub-2 goal this entire time. But meet or beat my current PB, get another 204 or 203. And I also would like to get another 15 seconds shaved off of my sum of best. That's my short-term goals. Get into the 155 territory on that. But in order to do that, we need to get more complete runs. A lot of my time save is the latter half of the run. As it stands. Oh, I keep meaning to do that. We got 10 to save on Pot Centipede, 12 to save on Tiger Head, because that was a mess. Another 10 on Jafar, another 10 on Genie Jafar. So Agrabah has like 40 seconds of time save in it. Got another 13 on PC1. We're pretty tight on PC2, so like maybe 2 seconds there. LSB, we still have a ton of time saved there at 45. Boogie 1 was tight even without Dice Reflect, so I know we have more to save there, but being comparable would be good. Boogie 2 was good. We have some time to save there, but not a whole lot. Anyway, all of that to say that even through the like moderately okay sections, we still have a decent potential time save to ourselves. And then we have the 2 deaths, so like if things go well, honestly a 203 is completely possible out of this run. But that pretty much all boils down to execute stage. Alright, well that's not great. But not the worst. Alright. Had a mostly despawn, 1 kill, then the Trinity, so pretty close, timings-wise. Nothing to particularly fret about in that. Why do they make you talk to him twice here? We could have all just had this entire thing in a single conversation. It's not like you can come here early enough to where like part of that conversation wouldn't necessarily be accessible to you, because it's blocked off by the Red Trinity. Alright, good movement through here so far. Yep. And pretty solid on my movement bar. Have to be pretty close to even. We'll have chopping, menuing, some save warping, and a decent amount more movement. Still can't believe that Sora sits here and asks if he's a heartless. Like, my guy. He is very clearly not. This bit is scripted, so I can't actually mash or do anything to get through it faster. Up until... That's not what I want. Other than that minor snafu, we're doing okay. Okay. I would love to shave off second from this split. Get myself into that 9-minute territory. But we'll see what happens. This bit is mostly scripted. Not a whole lot to be done there. And back out we go. That's pretty solid. Back to Merlin's. To turn in the book, 400 Acre Wood. Get the Imba summoned. Earthshine from the Fairy Godmother. After this, we'll be heading outside and doing a brief equipment menu before getting up very briefly with Riku. A little sloppy, that's okay. And now, dodge roll our way over here. To interact with that keyhole to open the passway first district. There are no enemies at this point. Stop us doing the interaction. Come in here, have a bunch of conversation. We get to hear about Maleficent, the destruction of their world a bit. And then Maleficent happens to be Bernie Ears lurking outside with Riku, trying to turn him against us, being like, oh, he made new friends. Like, yeah, he met people. Made a new friend, quote, quote, too. And then we come back inside to hear about goings on in town, in the 2nd District, and Gizmo Shop. Get some more encouragement to go check that the heck out. Now we newly opened door to head back to 1st District. Go see Sid, who has moved aside to start being a gummy vendor. We grab the Fire and Haste gummies for the menu we're about to do, and then head out to do it. Alright, exactly what we wanted to do there. Get our engine. And then head on out to Warped Wonderland, because it is closer to the transit tunnel. And use it as our departure point for heading to Agrabah. Now officially have a sub 10-minute PT. I am honestly very, very happy with it. I didn't say 1 second, I said 2. That's a 950. Now, we don't have a crazy amount of time saved on any of these splits, but we do have some time saved on pretty much all of them. So, mostly it's about precision and staying calm through here. And we can be in the neighborhood of like 40 seconds up, give or take. Bada boom, bada bing. Welcome to Agrabah. A little early on that pause, unfortunately. That's okay. You head on over to Aladdin's house, repurpose. Wait for us. Touch the save, grab the Mega Elixir, and then go to meet him. Alright, not amazing, but could have been worse. Okay. Now party selection time. Back into town. Okay. Land once more. And head into Aladdin's house for a little bit of chit-chat. Come on. A little bit sloppy on movement there, that's okay. And for the pod centipede fight, we might be able to save it. Alright. Even though the fight itself was a bit of a disaster, not bad. Definitely still have plenty of time to save there. That's okay. On to Tigerhead, where we have some more time to save. Alright. That is your best segment. You like it. Give one go. That's not quite the angle we wanted. Well. And Movement's been a little bit sloppy, but nothing too bad. Now to go face Jafar. Not need that dodge roll there. Swap Donald out for Aladdin, so that Donald doesn't fight. And we got one cycle. Okay. A little sloppy, but still, one cycle. Between the movement and the slop in the fight, that makes up for that 1 second plus whatever time difference I have elsewhere. God, that camera angle threw in with me. Overall, we take that. And into the pit we go. Alright, and a pretty good Genie Jafar. No weird moved early, screwing things up nonsense from last time. And carpet escape time. Alright, one more boulder in the direct path. And then we wait. Really trying not to sneeze right now. And dead. Cool. Alright. That's not a cutscene. Wasting a tiny bit of our time save. That's okay though. And one more cutscene here, and then we get our rewards and head out. A little bit of conversation here. And we go. Alright. Honestly, I'm pretty dang happy with that. We're at 45 seconds of time save. We are a minute ahead of PB right now. So, like, if we only maintained PB pace for the rest of the run, we would end up at a 2:03:38. We're going to keep pushing it and try and get that to be even better. For right now, we're just staying calm and doing things as best we can. We are fast approaching the halfway point to the run, which will actually be somewhat ironically after finishing most of the worlds. halfway point is basically somewhere between Parasite Cage 2 and LSB. Because, like, world record pace halfway on the run is about 55 minutes. Which falls into that window, I believe. If we were looking against world record pace, I'd probably be about 2 minutes behind at this point, probably, be my guess. Maybe less. Not sure, honestly. A little bit of extra pausing there. That's okay. Alright, and let's see if we can get Chamber 3 skill, shall we? Oh. Dropped input. Okay, though. Yeah, cutscenes. A little awkward on that movement, that's okay though. Excuse me. The fight itself burned that roughly 6 seconds because shenanigans with dropping the stagger, I don't know, but it's annoying. And into the hole we go. But time save is time save, so we'll take that. Little sloppy on the mid, that's okay. Go. Rare truffles, we like that because the jumps aren't going to get interrupted. Okay. There was definitely still some slop in that fight, but like, getting a second half out of there is still nice to have. There's the magic. And now we get Spat Pack out of Monstro. Now we have a minute plus that we can save on LSB. which would put it at close to a 58 finish on that fight if we were to actually get all of it. Let's see how well we can do, shall we? All right. Whew. Mildly terrifying placements, but work. Why that's okay. Glad as hell I did not do that analog stick tap later. Otherwise I would be flying back into Monster right now, which is very sad. Huge waste of time. Alright. Okay, up to this point, now it's heavy movement and a little bit of fight tech. A little awkward in this bit, that's okay. Yeah. That. Yep. Sloppy on that. Bad, but it is. Oh, come on, get the scene. Intensing it. Face the right direction, Zora, please. Bonehead Jack is making a R. Down. That's not what we wanted, but Okay. So much slop. One. The inverse of that is literally the worst you end up with. Because not only does it make you traverse the whole set of tombstones, but you end up at the farthest possible point from... Okay. You end up at the farthest point from item collection you possibly can. So much slop in this movie. Alright. Here we go. And off to go punish some children for thievery. And overall mischief. That's not what we wanted, but... Black fungus. Alright, so we maybe still save some time here, but let's see. In an ideal world, we'd already be done fight itself, which is frankly impressive. Alright. Excuse me. Okay, glad that Keyblade swing didn't actually go through. Yeah, into the fight. Alright, 22 seconds to save. Low-ish fade out. Okay. Alright, good menu. That's not what I want. Wasting what little bit of potential time save we have. Okay. Okay, well, definitely not saving time here. Go. Got dice reflect though. Could have been a lot better, could have been a lot worse. Got to Ice Reflect, had a very slow start to the fight though. The Heartless themselves cost me most of that time. And slow comboing did not help. Huh? Goofy, you're in the way. God, that was a mess. And about even. Slow fade. I can figure out how to get not slow fade on that. Okwa. Alright. There's Pumpkinhead. We get a little bit of filler commentary from the Doctor. And off we go. To Neverland. You guys know why it's called Neverland, okay? Because Peter Pan's always flying. Bad jokes. Bad jokes. So. This split is mostly down to the movement that we've already done, so whether we gain or lose time at this point, it's already set in stone on that, but the next split is where we have some decent time save available to us, as well as the split after, where we have, like I mentioned before, 2+ minutes. Is all pretty much scripted, so the button pushing that you're seeing me do is pretty much meaningless. Very tiny best segment, even with some sloppy movement. And sloppy like scene skips and stuff coming out of OB. Alrighty then. Go. どうしたピンク。
どうしたピンク。
A little awkward on the movement there, that's okay though. And please get out of the way. Nope. And fast fade. All right. Sora doesn't do anything here. Those three. It's those two. There we go. A little sloppy, but not too bad. Donald, you dumb hoe. All right. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds of potential time save right here. Don't die is basically rule number 1 of this. That was a terrible ship kill, but that's okay. He was kind of trying to troll me. Okay. Alright. Minute 58, the fight was terrible, but we don't give a single flying fuck about that. Okay. On to the dang clock, Sora. Thank you. Get the nav gummy piece. Head off for more cutscene. Transition to Bastion. And then come back over to Neverland. rewards. Failed to open a chest a couple of times. Oh my god. I always keep doing that on that specific menu. That was just a little bit of a clusterfuck. That's okay though. Not a big deal on timing. And off we go. Okay, TT3, here we come. This is the visit where we fight opposite armor and we grab Dumbo. That's not what we want. Right. This is going to be a false split, but I'd rather do it this way. I didn't put on glide. Didn't put on glide. There we go. Oh, God. This is going to be a false blue, but we'll get rid of it. Moment. So we were supposed to land in Merlin's and do the grab of Dumbo, but we didn't because we're a dumbass. So we're gonna have to do some manual splitting here. Yep. Talk to Sid now. God. Talk to Sid. There's a little bit of time lost there as well. God, this split's just an entire clusterfuck. Because I didn't menu down twice when... Or the world landing menu, I should say. Alright. Now I'm sad. I just did a hook, which had that 3 minutes of time save on it. I wish there was an undo button. Like an actual undo rather than a unsplit. There. No. Don't need to do any gummy. There. I'm such a mess right now. Okay, back on track. That's not what we want at all. Oh my god. At least for the hook one, I'll be able to go back and watch and put that back in. Okay. We're still drastically up on our time. Just not nearly the 3 and change. We're probably a lot closer to 230. That's not a thing we want to do. Alright. Thinking ahead. The new approach to Riku has not been being super kind to me, so I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to go back to the old strategy. Alright. Movement. Abandon us. Loading for I'll return onto the gravity. Breaking the wall for us. Only the first one, not the fourth one. Third or fourth dodge wall there is a little unnecessary. That side's actually advantageous to us. One jump and a dodge roll here. Dodge roll, jump, dodge, dodge. Here. And don't clank this into the bubble. Up the elevator we go. Alright, pretty decent so far. Two buttons to get out, this being the first, and directly behind us is the second. We have to go through, excuse me, we have to go through 4 button presses to get in to exit that section. And that despawn takes forever. This is now doing countdowns because it's doing estimations based off of best possible time. Alright. Not the best fight, but still better than the last time we did it, and we're still 3+ ahead. Cutscene. Indie. Friend. Library hijinks away. Alright, now we're going against a best segment Maleficent. Try and stay as close as we can on this one. Come on. Okay, well, that's like 2 or 3 seconds of loss. And maybe closer to 5, actually. But I do know that even though this is a best segment in Maleficent, we had a bunch of hijinks here during that one as well, so. Oh well. Too much concentration on actually getting the landing. The power slide. I know if you do it quickly, it does save you time, because it's faster. The slide animation is faster than walking, gliding, or dodge rolling. But if you use up too much time trying to get it going properly, you're actually losing time. So, not super worthwhile. Don't get it in one go. and proceed out of the way on that. On we go. So the other change we're going to make is that we're going to use our extra ether on Dragon Mal, just to facilitate that. Doing itemless has been a little spotty for me. So we're trying to minimize time loss here, and then we have another minute to save afterwards. All right. Okay, that was mildly terrifying. Don't think I'm getting a 20-second fight here. Alright. 2 seconds of loss, I will take. Still could have been a little bit faster. My combos were mushy at best, but take it. Still 3 plus up. Here, our Ansem report, and head in to beat her up again, just in a different shape. No! Okay, well. Shit. Alright, we're losing a minute again here, unfortunately, but we're gonna keep it going. Keep it calm. Our combos were working garbage there again. That's unfortunate. Oh well. 202 is kind of out of cards now, unfortunately. 1 second out of the minute and 8 I had. Is what it is. Keep going. We'll have a 3-minute PB against E-Rust, which will equate to at least a 30-second P if we can maintain. PBing with a death is kind of hilarious. No, too early. My foot wasn't all the way reset. Good time save here. Really? Guy? Alright. So, 2 splits back to back, that'll be time save for me. Okay. We still have more time save to get out of this split and a split after it. Theoretically speaking. But all we're here to do at this point is actually maintain. Still technically PB. But, you know, just gotta go at the pace that we can. Take what we get, rolling with the punches, and don't stress too much. Not like this was the on pace for sub 2 run our dreams or anything like that. Donald will deal with me. Got bonked. Dead. The bonk was for throwing up Riku too. Very well. Alright, little chit chat with Sid. For once we didn't get Sniper Wild there. grab Oathkeeper, and then head over to Realm of Darkness to follow Riku for a hot second. Out, back in. I'm pretty sure that was a best segment with me landing in the first district at the accessory shop too. If I remember correctly from last night. I don't know 100%. Pretty decent ET4. And now it's time for our last gummy menu. Off. We hold off on our boost. Just a bit. So that we're not at the start of it in load zone. Alright. Welcome back to Hollow Bastion. A2. And time for Dumbo skip number 2. Okay, that was awkward and weird, but we got summon in at least. Could be plenty. Hopefully. My guy. Seriously? Alright, well. That's time loss, unfortunately. Unavoidable time loss. Alright, we probably just burned about a minute there because of the bad dumbo summon. Not getting to deep on the wizard. Unfortunate. PB is dead now. Almost certain. Okay. Equipment. Harp. Ability. Or a good beef bracer. Nuts. That. Okay. Oh, sad. So, 3 major snafus. Terrible elevator fight. We're losing a minute plus here, unfortunately. Because we're supposed to be done with that in a minute here. We're not even to it yet. We still have another Dumbo skip and the rest of this elevator ride to go. Done with the elevator ride at the minute out mark. Yep. So we still have Dumbo skip, movement, and fight itself to get through. My menu is okay. I could have lost a lot more, honestly, but hey, what is? We're going to be starting the fight, basically. Supposed to be done with it. If that, we don't have our MP back up. Another mistake cost us 5 seconds there. Yeah. Minute 10 to minute 30. Be my guess. You guys are kinda trashing it. Yep, minute 10. That's not a skip. Okay, so Death to Dragonmail, bad Dumbo skip 2. Shenanigans in opposite armor. And double DM in Riku 2. The fact that I only lost 25 seconds to double DM is actually kind of nuts. Alright. Longer unskipped cutscene. Alright, so Best possible we can look at is about a 156.
どういう意味だよ
Or wait, that's not. 202. 202 is still possible from this point out.
そうだ
We'd have to recover like all 23 plus seconds there, have a perfect Chernobog, 10 seconds there, 7 seconds there, 18, 4, Dark Ball Core with shenanigans, Face with shenanigans. Oh yeah, the end of the run was actually complete shenanigans on this one. So, we're a minute behind PB, but we can still PB. And we're not tapped out this time, so hey. Not just randomly losing a bunch of time here. That. Little slop in the menu, that's okay. And last government mission. Okay. And transition done. And boost. Yep. And welcome to End of the World. It could have been better, could have been worse. No DMs. Take it. Alright, and start his time. Shenanigans on that. Take it. Not just wasting time being tabbed and whatnot, so okay. And Honestly, not bad. We'll take the 10 seconds to save and keep on checking. Why was this Chernobog so bad? I really don't know. What happened? Did I, like, go into some portals? Did I die? Like, what the hell? Right. OC portal. We'll swap our equipment. Go to Atlantica and then Alabastia. Alright. E down. Now for that. Go. Okay. Okay, Atlantica, not great, but okay. 100 acre wood, here we come. That's a very weird angle. That was floppy, but we'll work with it. All right. All right. It's awkward. Land landed on him, but not necessarily where I want to be. Entirely sure where I'm going to end up with that. Higher than I would have expected, but... Go. 8 seconds out of the 40 available to me, not amazing, but take it. Yep. Where I want to end up. Cool. Alright. Crappy invisibles, but it is. Got DM'd by 1. I think that kills about 10-ish seconds, so it's definitely not being a best. But hopefully we can mitigate loss for the most part. I definitely need to do like one more gravity. About 5 seconds away. Right, 2, 1, and yeah, mitigating loss, but and that's what we end up with for Raven's Claw. Or cool. All right. And time for Ansem 1. If things go well, pretty decent. Close to our PB. Alright, 9 seconds with an honestly kind of meh fight, so that's neither here nor there though right now. Shit, I did not put on my... Not abilities, but my items. So we're not saving time here, unfortunately. That's all of the available time saved had. There we go. Alright. I also did that in reverse order, which is not helpful. Alright. Well, we're losing time here. We'll still get a, like, pseudo P. Alright. 25 seconds is honestly not bad, all things considered. No DM skip. I got greedy for damage. Staggered him once before entering the DM phase. Honestly, that's not bad considering getting DM'd and having 2 sets of cycle bike charge. I will freaking take it, honestly, at this stage. Come on. All things considered. Cool. Got the skip without the fucking... Alright. Save a decent chunk there. We've got a decent amount to save here as well. unfortunate. But it is what it is. All right. Alright. Take that 4.5. Still looking at a 205 right now, so that's nice. Me pausing there is not helpful though. Alright. Very shit invisible score. That's fine. That is also fine. Alright. Oh, 5-0 now. Alright, so got another 205. Lots of mistakes in there still. Lots of time loss. But we are very, very officially de-rusted. We're going to call that a break window, though. And we'll return probably in about 45 to an hour. Thanks to anyone and everyone who did stop by for this, and I hope to catch people later.